Hello, it is Lord Haywire. Kind of a long pause there. Doing some 2D 4X work today. Yesterday I don't know what I did yesterday. It was a lot of just, you know what it was? A lot of localization stuff. A little bit of localization stuff, I'm going to actually say, not a lot. And also worked on getting ready for this next part. So this is a 2D 4X open source game, takes place in North America. We currently only have 7 counties, and I was just thinking we should add another county at some point, so I added it to the list just so that we have more things to test with. Uh, so right now, though, we gotta like set up the foundation for this next round of stuff. This is all on GitHub. It's open source if you want to look at this. We're not doing on heroes though. What we're doing is we got to go down this list of research, all these new skills and things. It's actually just one skill, and this is what we're doing. I have this in here twice. Man, I mean, I guess these are different slightly, but and I just found another one that we in heroes. I was looking at heroes because it dawned on me I never did the pathfinding for it. I wrote the script for the pathfinding, and I just looked at the script and I was like, why is it written like this? But pathfinding script is not on here, so I wanted to make sure it was on here so that we want to change it. So currently, when you move a hero, this is a hero down here, and they're selected, Gary Watson. This is a bad example. Let's go to here. He's going to move directly there, but in reality, he should move to here and then to here. And for some reason, I didn't do that. And I looked at the code. I didn't notice if it was still in there, but I remember testing this where I could put a infrastructure, but so there's going to be infrastructure on these things. And it's going to start out as 100. You know, the war is over. The post-apocalyptic war, there was a war, is over. Everything's going to have like a random between 1 and 100, but not like random between 1 and 100, like more like 90 and 100 infrastructure. And that's going to be one of your buildings that you're going to build, is the ability to maintain infrastructure. But anyways, so if you have so imagine in real life, because this takes place like tomorrow, there's highways and stuff, so you can drive or move between all of these places, but as those things fall apart, it will be harder to move and drive through them. And in reality, I don't think terrain matters at this point, because it will matter later as your infrastructure goes away. And I was thinking, now I'm talking about infrastructure, and I was thinking a long time ago that the type of if you had a desert county, it's not going to be affected by weather and stuff, so the infrastructure might go down in a different level, but you'll have a building that we can build, that you can build as a player to keep up the infrastructure and maintain a maintenance building that does that, but that's way later. What is going on here? This one's selected. Oh no, I guess this one was selected. Okay, I thought this one was selected, but no, I'm going to restart because I have a feeling there was a bug a long time ago where the game would always start with the first county selected, which is this Cowlitz or whatever the fuck it's called. But that is not happening. For a second, I thought that was happening. All right. So let's do what we need to do here, and that is population description panel needs. So if we go here, it's busted right now. We can't see this because our population row needs a new thing in it. And so we need a new label. The new label is production. So let's duplicate this one, and we'll call this production. Oh man. Let's keep with what I was saying yesterday. Yesterday I went on a bunch of short diatribes about how we needed to keep doing localization and not slack on it, and because I've been slacking forever. And I was just thinking, I just noticed that none of these labels have the right thing in them. They all just have it typed in. But I think if we look at this, we should be able to Oh, I only have one name in here. Did I not save this shit? Skill production. Well, we need to add all of the skill names. I have just skill descriptions. Oh, why are they in a... Oh, this isn't sorted alphabetically. How the fuck did that happen? I don't know why I always do select everything like it matters. We need to go this. All right, then let's save this. Okay, so we should already have all of the skills in here. I think most of them. So I'm going to move this over here, and we'll go back over here. This is the first time this has happened where there's something. This is going to be their name. So we need age. So I was thinking about this a long time ago. And yeah, so this is what I was thinking about doing a long time ago. Oh, shit. We didn't want this thing to be here. We want that at the top. So if it's just an individual word, I was going to say like word population, word whatever. And actually, I think I'm going to keep doing that. So we need a word age. Age. And then we'll translate this with Excel's shitty translator. And then sex. Word. Sex. Sex. Sexo, huh? For some reason, I find that hard to believe, but okay. Unhelpful. Yeah, I think we're going to need the word unhelpful. I'm getting these from this list right over here. Word unhelpful. And, maybe we will leave this unhelpful thing in here. Oh, I was going to show you what I was talking about, but we can't see it. Right here, this is to show, it's like a perk. It's a negative perk. And it's if your people are unhelpful and they don't work. And I was just thinking we need to have the ability for your leader to get, maybe I'll put that in for the next round of hero stuff. Your leader should have the ability to work with someone to get rid of perks or add perks. Leader should be able to work with the population to get them to remove negative perks or add perks. Such as unhelpful, such as the perk unhelpful. And the other thing, it just dawned on me while I was typing that what we should also do is, and I'm going to put this under research ideas, we're going to have a building that adds or removes perks such as helpful, unhelpful, unhelpful. Like, so the minute I was typing that in too, I was thinking Darkest Dungeon. I don't want it to be like Darkest Dungeon though. You know how like in Darkest Dungeon, you guys get those negative perks and you like stick them in the insane asylum? And they get like whatever, beat until they stop having the thing. The negative perk that they have. Like a school or re-education camp. We're gonna put that in there. It's actually so. I've said this before. I want you to have the ability to get weird with your nations, with your factions. So yeah, re-education camp could also be something. So maybe it is gonna be like Darkest Dungeon when you can go in there and you can beat unhelpfulness out of someone. You're gonna work or you're gonna die. All right, but let's back to this thing. So we have these words. Let's put back to here, make sure we got all these words. And then loyalty, I don't think I have, loyalty is a weird one. I guess I could search in here. Yeah, I don't have loyalty in here. So let's do word loyalty. And then we'll say loyalty. And then what else? So then these skill names should already all be in here. Activity. I feel like I did activity, but activity. So we do have the different activities, but we don't. Oh, look, I put a tooltip. That was another thing I wanted to add to my list, actually. I want to start doing the tooltips, too. I forget what game I was playing, but I was playing some game, and it was early access, and they had art. Get this thing the fuck off my screen. If you wondered why I was clicking around trying to make that thing to go away. No, I think I have a thing. See, it doesn't. I don't want to add one anymore. I changed my mind. Tool tips, I think, is on here. Maybe it isn't. Tool tip. Oh, I have it as its own thing. Tool tips on the button of the hero, or the hero will show their name. Tool tip is broken. Yeah, so I was just going to start adding to like a list of things that needed to be tool tipped, but I think we should just do that. We should just, as we go, do it. Anyways, I was playing this game that was in early access, and everything was tool tipped, and I was very impressed by the amount of work the person put in for so early on into the game development. I assumed it would be later. And so I was like, maybe I need to do that. And also, if let's say you downloaded this and you wanted to fuck around with it, like it wouldn't be very fun or anything. But there's no information on what anything does. You would just be like, am I supposed to click on this shit? But we can add that easily with tooltips. So, and Godot has that built in. So I basically just need to start typing this shit in. And since we're working on localization, we might as well do it now. Word. Activity. All right. So we've got this stuff. Yeah, this is going to really slow down until we have everything. Most of this stuff. Name, actually, I think we're going to need the word name because it's at the top. It's part of it's the column header. Name, so I'm just adding it over here. Nombre? Yeah, I was right. Let's start trying to guess. I need to improve my Spanish. Whoops. My Spanish is trash. I know like 6 words in Spanish. I should know a lot more since I grew up in San Diego. Get this fucking fine thing out of here too. All right. So let's start at the top. We can just put this in here. Nope. Let's do word test. No. Let's do... these ones will be okay. This one we need to go back to, though. Did I just do a bunch of work I didn't need to do? It's quite possible. Population list. We should have a bunch of these. Yeah, this needs to go here. I think I already have this on my clipboard, but... And then we go through these. Sexo. And we do this. This is word unhelpful. And I typed in, this is kind of funny. I guess it's not that funny. I typed in word unhelpful, then I typed in helpful. Unhelpful. I feel like there's got to be a way to have this automatically translate to the next column. There probably is, and I just am doing it the dumb way. Unhelpful, word unhelpful. And then loyalty, Word loyalty. Construction. So then we got to go up to our skills. So I almost did it where it was like skill underscore name dot construction, but then it just, I didn't want to, I don't know. Cool. Oh, bummer with this, though. You know, it might be better to do that because when we sort this by alphabetically, see, it throws this shit off. I think we're going to do that. We're going to fix and break things as we go here. So let's go back to construction. It's a lot of, I'm just going to make this bigger. And we can name. I was just trying to make this shorter. But now I see the problem. I looked at another one, actually, Joker. He comes into my chat sometimes. He does like tutorials and stuff. He sent me a list of translations. Like there's an online list for indie gamers. I don't know if I put it, I don't even know where I would find it. But so I could look at how they did it in other games. And so there's like an online one that's open source that people just add to. Yeah, I think it's better to have the name in there too because it matches the. Fuck you. Who would ever want that to happen? Because it matches the variable too. All right, so let's go back to this. Let's sort this shit again, but not with the top line. I think I can just do. Let's just go to data. Nope, that isn't what I wanted to do. What the fuck, man? Fuck you. I think there's a button you can. I'm not a big Excel guy. I always tell, since I'm an IT manager, I always tell my coworkers to ask accounting whenever they have. There's a way to do this. Maximum length reached. Oh, we don't want to translate it. And I think I just gotta remember how to do it. There's a way to. It's not that. I mean, I can just select it all. But I think there's a way to say, like, ignore the top line. I'm almost positive there's a way to tell it from going forward. Always ignore the top thing. Anyways, we just broke a bunch of shit by doing that. So but besides this shit, we broke some other shit. Because we have that used somewhere. We'll see the busted shit appear though, and when we can fix it. Name, cool. Farm. I was thinking about this yesterday when I was working on this, streaming. Zimp, how's it going? When I was streaming yesterday, I was thinking about, like, if I make one change in this localization thing, I'm gonna have to go through and figure out where I used it before. And then so I was like, I really don't want to do any changes to stuff that's already been done. And then here I am today doing the changes. So doing a change on something that's not even, it's not, it's a bunch of things. All right. Research. We're missing one. This was where we need to duplicate this. This is where production should be. And here we go. I guess that's not that. I'm gonna need to make sure that it's where it's supposed to be. Not there. Only got a couple more. See, it'll be much easier if I do all this terrible shit now. Going forward, hopefully it'll be much easier in the future. Scavenge, we're almost done with this. Like, I'm literally, like I was just saying, I need to learn more Spanish. The song I'm listening to right now is in Spanish. What do we got here? Skill name, scavenge. All right, we did that one. Current activity, word, activity. All right, we did all of those now. Let's see. Where would that have been where I was using the skill? It's probably underneath. Man, I'm having deja vu. It's probably right here. Sure enough, there it is. So let's fix these. Yeah, I should have done name from the very beginning, but what are we on? Construction. Cool. I wish Excel was less shitty. I saw like a meme where they were talking about using Excel as a texting app, or Excel was a texting app or something. Using it as like a way to communicate in the good old days of cell phones. I never heard of that before. Like with Blackberries or something. Like you open an Excel file and then like one person types in the. I'm not even sure this is what they were doing with the meme. You know, because it was a meme, which means it was like a picture. And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Then I looked in the comments and they were like talking about in the good old days of Excel. But like on the first row, like a person would type in their message in the next row. And it was like cheap texting or something. I feel like I should know about that because of my age, you know. Here we go. Production. And we're almost here. There's probably a typo in here somewhere that will also cause an issue. Luckily, I'm copying and pasting. And scavenge. Okay, let's save this. And then let's look at what we just added in the production one. So we got to make sure that it's not. It looks okay, actually. Like this isn't, well, we'll see, I guess, when we actually run it. Then let's go back to our row, because I can't actually remember how this works. We put this in here. I don't think this matters. Oh, let's put test at the end, though. Oh, I didn't do test on these other ones. I just did it on some of them. Whatever. Let's see what happens. I may, if I did it right, I would have prepared myself so I could just add in the skill and it would automatically work. Well, that's not going to work. We have to close this thing. We have to hide this first. We got to do this. And I'm almost out of coffee. Sometimes I feel like it really takes a long time for that to go. We got 2 bugs. I don't remember, you know what? I meant to look at this earlier. I think I have that there. Well, let's see what these errors are, or this error. So how are we doing this? We go through and this isn't translated, so this is gonna break anyways. Oh, we gotta close this thing though. It doesn't like it. And then we're gonna get in this weird endless loop. Don't save. I don't know why it does that. And then I think we got to, let's rerun this. I think I got to close Godot. Maybe I just need to build it. Yesterday I closed it and that seemed to solve that. So the top row should be coming out right. but it's not. Let's close Godot and reopen it to get the server thing. Like I said yesterday, Unity, that's like a 10-minute process of just opening and closing. It's crazy how that and I guess Unreal's kind of like that too. All right, let's see if our translations are now working. Oh yeah, we had it in Spanish. Some of them are working. Let's switch this back to English so that it's easier for me to understand. This and are we? I don't think we're putting. I was just thinking maybe there's an easier way to do this. Yeah, some of these work, some don't. Age. Let's look at what this is. So what are we doing here? Population. Oh, you know where we probably need this is in here. I bet you. Yeah, it's right here. I was like, I had a feeling that somewhere we forgot to. I forgot to do something. That is that thing. I don't know the order that like the translations, like do they come first or does it like open up the window then translate everything? So that could be part of the issue that we're running into here. So this worked, but obviously we got issues. Looks nice when you make it full screen. So I wonder why these ones aren't translating. Skill name construction. I'm in the wrong thing. We got to go back over here. Sometimes I've noticed, let's see, if there's a space, if there's an enter or space at the end, it actually thinks that that's part of the thing you're trying to translate and it doesn't work. And that's the issue, is there's a space or something at the end of these things. Yep, that's the issue with all of these. And that may solve our problem. On my other computer, I have a much larger screen. It's whatever, a 4K screen or whatever the fuck it's called. And a lot of times when I stream indie games, the indie games busted on my 4K screen because they're not expecting, because I play a lot of games where the graphics don't matter. And so I don't think they're expecting people to put it on like their HD screen and stuff. But so I want to avoid that. Okay, word sex. Word sex. But otherwise, this actually all fit. And yesterday I was like, oh no, what are we going to do? This all isn't going to fit. We are going to have to lower this. And it even did the rolls for them. Let's click on one of these. We're going to be missing something. Yeah. So the next thing we got to do is, this is the same shit. Oh, this one's set to translate. But let's fix this. So in our description panel, we also need to add some stuff. That's what we're going to be doing for the next 6 months. Oh, I looked up when wasn't on purpose. I was curious when I was looking at the pathfinding. It was 6 months ago. I found that it's in here for some reason. So I wrote this 6 months ago, and I remember streaming and fucking around with it. I don't know why I didn't finish doing that. Maybe because it's not that important with only 7, I was going to go with only 7 counties, but it's weird. I added it back to the list sooner. Well, no, I didn't. I just left it where it was, but we're going to be getting to it sooner. What was I going to look? What was I doing? Oh, yeah. So this is not what we want to look at. We want to look at this. And we want to go... We want to make sure that these things all are set up right, and they're not for translating. I noticed, I always joke about this too, that this screen, I keep making it smaller and smaller, so at some point it's just going to be like this much. This window is just going to be this little tiny thing. But I actually need it right now. I guess, yeah, let's just go through the top. Go from the top and go down. This just dawned on me. So this one says title interest, which works, but maybe it is just a word though. It's just the word interest. And I think maybe we don't, and I was calling it title because it's the title of a, whatchamacallit, of a thing, of an area. I don't know. I need to get my localization thing open again. We're going to be doing this localization for all of eternity. All right, I got to skip this music that you guys can't hear. All right, so I think we should, how many titles do I have? Just 2. I think this should just be word. It just, preferred work is 2 words though. But like if we did word interest, we could use that in other places. Preferred work is 2 words. We could do word preferred, word work. How's it going, Stinkle? You know, I looked before I started streaming. I was like, I was hoping you or somebody else that I know, you know, was streaming some game development because I was gonna sit while I drank some of my coffee, but nobody's ever streaming when I look. It's weird, except for that Thor guy. Man, that guy streams so much. I cannot believe. I went to bed last night and he was streaming, and when I started right before I started streaming, which was like around noon, he was still streaming. Then I went to bed at like 1 or something. It's like 11 hours. Dude's insane. Yeah, having jobs sucks. It would be nice to, yeah. I mean, I guess he's popular enough that he does that for a living. You know, I think he's a game developer too. Like, I think that's his whole. He has some critically acclaimed game or something. I don't know. Somebody told me that. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, definitely, definitely. That's one of the things that, you know, it just doesn't happen. I guess maybe for a few people it does, but it most of the time they, you know, have to work for it. So we could do this title. We could do preferred as a word and work as a word. We have work. We use the term work elsewhere, but I don't think. We use preferred work a bunch. Yeah, I think most of the time I use work, it's actually not something that the player sees. Besides preferred work. And I was last weekend, I was like, I don't have any of this work anywhere. And then I was like, I don't think it's weird that I use the term work all over the code, but not for what the player sees. Yeah, the player doesn't see the word work anywhere. All right, so I guess we just got to make a decision. And the decision is that we will have 2 words. So interest, yeah, so we're going to need a word, interest, and then interest. And it was auto finishing it for me there, and I didn't do anything. Okay, and then we'll do the word, we'll break this into 2 separate words, I guess. I mean, it's not, yeah, that's what we'll do. And preferred, so this is the problem though. So this is not how languages work. So if I translate the word preferred and the word work, it might not, when translated into Spanish, it might not be the same thing as preferred work translation. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, languages don't, it'd be very nice if it did just, you could just translate them word for word, but let's see how this works. I bet you this doesn't work. Yeah, see, I should know that too. I should know that word in Spanish. Well, this one says trabajo. Oh my God, come on. I really should know. I should know. But then let's translate preferred work. And I'm going to use this other translation thing that I found. It was called like it was like GL Translate or something. It was this thing, I think. No, it was not that. What was it called? It was Deep L. It was this. Preferred work. Let's see if that works. See, it wouldn't work. See, this is exactly what I was talking about that one day. So it's not like you could take a dictionary and translate a bunch of shit and then just word for word swap it over, because this is the first time we've run it. I've tried this and it doesn't work. So my preferred work idea is not going to work. So let's get rid of this. And we'll, oh man. We'll leave these titles like this. What did the title up here say? Is that the same as this one? Preferido? Now where the fuck is my shit? Yeah. Lavos las manos. Wash your hands. I know that one. I know that phrase. All right, so I guess we're gonna have to do titles. So that's fine, whatever. As long as we know what we're doing here. So we have this title, oh man, see, now we're gonna have a title that's called titles. Attributes, see, but then we have a word loyalty. Why don't we do this instead? Why don't we get individual, let's get rid of this, and we'll go like phrase or something. We'll call this phrase. And then we'll get rid of this thing, because we'll just call this word. Come on, motherfucker. I was talking to my fingers there. Word interest. Then we'll go back to, I'm going to bring this up and bring this over here. Yeah, it's crazy how brains work. The things that you remember and you don't remember. I quit drinking a couple years ago now. I guess it's been a couple of years, and I just have these horrible nightmares ever since I quit drinking. It's like my brain, because when you drink all the time, you don't really dream that much, um, and uh, the horrible nightmares all are based on like some memory that I forgot about. It always starts with them, and then it just goes insane. Let's put this in here, and it's weird that like my brain has picked whatever the hell it picks. It's like, why did it pick that weird? Here's word interest we can put here. Oh no, that doesn't go there. Interest title, we go here. Then all of these skills, I actually think these are being generated, they're being translated, and it says, like constructions being translated, and the number sticks in there. So that is, we need another one, another word skills, plural, hobbilatus. So I actually have some of my coworkers are in Mexico, and I work on their computers, and they're in Spanish, and occasionally I'll try to say what I'm seeing on the screen, and I'm like, was that even close? And they're always like, no, your pronunciation is awful. All right, perks is one we're gonna need. Word, perks, copy. No, we don't want to copy. We want to, well, I mean, we want to copy something else here. Copy, paste, save. Oh, maybe, was there a space at the end of this? No, I was thinking maybe some of these things that I'm pasting in have a space at the end. I guess let's just start at the top of this thing instead of jumping all over the place. Population name. So that's just going to be a person's name. This should be title, though. It should say, I try to make, come on. Title. Left panel, texture rec, titles, title. We need the word titles, because this is their titles. Titles. Oh my god, you guys can't see it, luckily, but I just typoed and misspelled this 40 times. Well, now it's typed as tittles. Titles. That's right. That's a... Oh. Okay. So this one we need up here. Yeah. I think most. I was getting my hair cut once, and it was like the day before my birthday or something, and I told the guy it was the day before my birthday, and he's like, "What are you doing for your birthday?" I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "Going to a strip club," and I was like, I didn't think of doing that. Look at this. This is off-centered. God damn it. Anyways, hey, and the guy was like, "I'm gay and I like to go to strip clubs and look at tits." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Everybody loves tits." I was like, "All right, this is wrong. What is going on here?" Okay, so let's fix this while we're here. That's off to that side. I guess I just never noticed this. It must have some sort of separator that's in here. This is going to be the titles H box too. We can do this. How are these things set up? What is the layout here? So we got a custom size, no expanding or any of that shit. This thing goes all the way over as it should. Wonder if there's a reason this is off. I bet you this is supposed to be, yeah, so we have a separator in there. But this container size is fine. What we want to have is these things inside. Like this should probably be like over here or something. But that did not do what I wanted it to do. Maybe I knew this was happening and I just didn't care. I'm trying to think how I did this before. I think because I've done this a bunch of times. And I had this, I've done separators a bunch of times. It was at 150. I think the problem is that every other time I had these expand to fit, like the buttons themselves expanded. But there's got to be a way to do this. So this goes to here. Icon. This is a button. Yeah, we wanted to just say go to the right. This one's centered somewhere in here. Shrink to the end seems right. This isn't gonna do shit. Yeah. This might also be another thing that I noticed and was just, yeah, like who cares? It's not that important. The thing is, it kind of would be nice. Can I just center this whole thing? There we go. Is that centered though? This is, I think, is what it was before. We'll just center the whole thing. It might look strange, but it would be nice to not have this right up against the edge of the screen too. I mean, it doesn't really matter. All right, so we have word titles. What do we got to do in here? This is going to be a whole different thing we need to translate, so let's not worry about that. We need attributes. I don't have a word for that, so let's add that in. Attributes. Attributes. Attributos. And then we got to put this over here. And hope that I spelled that right. Looks right. So then here, we actually need translations for this too. But I do not. I do not have those. So let's do that. Tribute. Physical. Strength. I was thinking maybe I could be lazy and just do PS. Because that's its abbreviation. And we won't do it. Should I gotta do name though. We'll do that. We'll do name underscore PS. No, all right, I won't do that. Attribute, fuck me, name underscore. There's 8 of those, so let's do this. Well, that's 6. Agility. Endurance, intelligence, mental strength, awareness, Christmas, charisma. You know, I'm always saying like how being a developer, a paid developer would be kind of hardcore, but you know what? If you were a junior guy just doing shit like this, it would be pretty mellow. Honestly, now that I think about it. You know what? We're going to need the PS ones later. Because what happens if, I don't even know what the fuck, how is that going to work? When you're trying to translate letters. That's not going to work. Physical strength. Agility. Endurance. Oh, it would have done it for me if I had gents. Come on. Nope. It said no. You didn't want my help. Fuck me. That is like I've never experienced that before, and it's terrible. I hate it. What? Mental strength. Christmas. 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 Because earlier I typoed it. All right, let's translate this shit over. Yeah, and you know oh man, the abbreviations aren't gonna work for shit. How do they do it in D&D? Come on here, motherfucker. When they, have strength, STR and stuff. It all, like, look at that. So this should be FF for the abbreviation. Oh my god, why is it doing this again? I think I gotta go inside. No, I don't want to be inside. There we go. So like this should be AP. This should be CA. This should be CO. This should be, this needs to be a capital though, I think. Yes. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. I guess I'll just not worry about it for now. And I'm curious though. I don't even know how. Maybe ChatGPT will know the answer. This is gonna be a weird one. When D&D attributes are translated into Spanish, what abbreviations do they use? Acronyms? Yeah. you sound like Joker. Oh, so they do translate it. They do the... Okay. That's gonna be so fucking painful. So the reason why it's gonna be painful is because in my game, they're all the first two letters except for physical strength and mental strength, because those are the two words. I guess you could do PH and ME. Huh. See, and these are all the first three letters, Yeah, man. Lurking, I understand the lurking 100%. And thank you for dropping by. If I don't hear from you again, Hamburger Helper, I haven't had that in years. Like my mom would never have got that. She's really into healthy food, still to this day. But when I moved out, I had to try everything, everything that I didn't have before. All right, let's put this over here. And let's put these are all titles, so it doesn't really matter. We're gonna also be able to put this same thing though in, what the fuck? I I typed it in again and had a typo. And and then I copied and pasted the typo. Yeah, I was also, after I moved out from my parents, I was also very poor. And I love mac and cheese, like the Kraft mac and cheese. I never had that at my parents' house. Maybe like if I went to a friend's house when I was a kid, and like when you were like when I was like 10, they would have that. But I don't know that artificial cheese, the powder that you put in there. Oh man, I put in so much butter too. It says like you're supposed to add water or some shit. I just pour it all out. Just put butter and that powdered neon cheese, not paste, the powder. Oh man, that shit is so good. I don't know why I like it so much. I mean, obviously it's the taste, but all right. Attribute endurance. I had this. I've told this story so many times. I had this roommate who would call his mom up and be like, "You fucking bitch, send me some food." And I couldn't believe it that he talked to his mom that way. But she would send him this care package uh, of like different foods, and it would always be like cans of refried beans, mac and cheese, and stuff like that. And he would make it all in one big giant pot. He would take a big giant pot and just pour all that shit together and like ramen, everything in there, and it would turn into this disgusting stew of like it was inedible. To me, he would eat it. He thought it was great, but all right. I think we did this, except I just got to make sure that we don't have that one thing. And then we can go back down to our new. So this, you know what? This is paying off. Taking the time to do all of this. Aha, I found one. Okay. Then we're going to go down to our attribute resources here. And we're going to add these things back in. See this abbreviation. I have a Facebook account that I never look at really. Not never. Every once in a blue moon I look at it. And I noticed that he's still around. He's my Facebook friend. He's still around. Kicking just whoops. I was in the wrong spot here. Whoops. No, wait. Now I'm all thrown off here. That was right. Okay, awareness. He's actually a really really nice guy, except for when he talked to his mom. He also was in prison for a while, so he's covered in like tattoos. Prison tats. He tried to rob a liquor store with a samurai sword. He was not the brightest guy, I guess. Looks. All right, mental strength. See, I really should do these right now too. I don't want to. I don't want to do these abbreviations, but I should. All right, we're just going to do it. We're just going to do these abbreviations. As long as so none of them are like, the big problem would be if like charisma and both started with a C and an A. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. Attributes. It's not an abbreviation though, is it? I think it's a... I guess it says it is abbreviation. I was thinking it's an acronym, but it's not an acronym. All right. Abbreviation. Attribute abbreviation. We need 8 of these. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. And we'll just go down this list. PS, AG, EN, IN, MS, AW, and Lux. Then this. Yeah, do it. Oh. EN, IN, MS, AW. Nope. Why would you do that to me? All of a sudden it wants to add in the end of it. And then over here, though, looks like what we need to do is like FF, AG, RE. I guess this isn't that big of a deal. FM. As long as those translations are right, I guess. AP. Well, we're not using AP in this, so that's good. And then we need attribute descriptions. Tributes, and those we haven't written them yet, so they'll just be description, physical, strength. Oh, I did it again. I'm gonna take a break here in a second, but. And this is also going to come out alphabetical, which isn't the normal way I organize these things, but whatever. You know what? I don't know why I'm doing it this way. You can just select like 3 of them and paste it. Oh, okay. I guess you can't. You know what you do is you go copy, and then you select. Yeah, I don't know why I did it. Been doing it the lame way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Physical strength, agility, endurance, and intelligence. So one of the big issues with this, I just noticed, is like this garbage down here because they're all overlapping. Let's hope that doesn't fuck something up. It shouldn't. Mental strength. If I just start typing, yeah, no, that's not going to work. Awareness, charisma, and looks. And then we'll copy this thing over, copy, stop, and paste. Okay, so now we have everything for that next part, and then I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll go back and we'll copy paste this shit in here. I got to stop my... music that you guys can't hear and put on my break timer, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. I'm going to move this so you can see the break timer. All right, be right back. All right, I'm back. And something is out of bounds of an array, but I think we fixed that. Maybe I didn't fix that. Doesn't matter. We're not working on that part right now, right? We need to copy paste this crap in to all of these spots. So this is going to be giant and ugly. I need to put chat back up because I had it down. Yeah, I was thinking maybe we should have just done AG, whatever. Maybe I don't need all of this stuff, this extra long attribute abbreviation crap in front of there, but whatever. Maybe we'll change it later. Nothing's written in stone. Damn, dude, that was quick. Charisma. Endurance. Yeah, I probably didn't need that stuff, but whatever. Now that I look at it. What are you working on again? Stinkle? I know I've asked you like 6 times, but I can't remember anything. Whoops. Did I just do the wrong one? No. Mental strength. MS. Physical. I already did that one. All right, now we just need to go to the top and do these descriptions in here. I don't even know if I'm using these descriptions yet, but we're going to need them eventually, so. Charisma. I know one of these is going to be wrong. Like I'm going to paste the wrong thing and the wrong thing, and I'm not going to notice it forever and wonder what the hell's going on. You know, when I first started, learning Godot and stuff, I was very into not starting any new projects because I knew that if I started new projects, I would get sidetracked, and never finish one of them. And because that's like my thing, and that I've done throughout my life is just to never finish a project, just start something and then abandon it. And so I was very diligent in not starting new projects. Well, and that's changed. I have like 10 different projects, and I haven't finished any of them. And it's like I start thinking about something like, oh, I wonder how hard it would be to do this. I should try it right now. And then I start like a new game. Like if we look at my Godot thing, it's just all these different like game things now. Tracked into, yeah, Notion, is that like a program or something? I got Grid Map, I have Hex Panzer, I have Unit Combat, I have this text thing, I have Hex Demon, I have a Gladiator RPG. Jesus Christ. All right, we did this. This is done. This isn't going to work, though, until we stop and restart. I think there's another way to restart the translation thing besides restarting. Oh, shit. Did I translate that stuff? I did, I think. And we wait. All right, then let's hit play and see what bugs we need to work out. Well, this thing's open, so that's not going to work. Let's turn this thing off and restart again. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe it's a good idea for other things too, because I have I actually looked at my tabletop RPG, it's pen and paper, for the first time in a long time, and had done more than I had thought. Yeah, definitely. Um, and there was tons of notes inside of it, which is what I do, but it's not a very good way of just having notes inside of a Word file, because sometimes I'd be like, what the fuck is this sentence? And I'm like, oh, that's a note. Let's see how this worked here. Activity. Let's go over to here. Let's take a look. And do you care if I show this in the stream? I can't believe all this worked. I don't see a single problem except for this bug. All right, let me bring this over here. Whoops, not ChatGPT. Nitro Citrus Project Tracker. And all cultivating creativity in all forms. Oh, and it has your Discord linked in there. Learning resources. Oh, this is intense. Nitro Labs. Let me go back to this thing. Task management. Oh, so this is like a similar to the project thing, but it's not like a Trello layout. This part is add parallax animation. Man, that sounds difficult, painful, because I have no idea how you'd even do that. Is it linked to a GitHub thing? It is linked. Oh, nice. Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. What is this called again? Notion? I'm gonna look at it some more. I don't know if I'll end up using it, but it's nice to have options. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in here. Notion. Project management software. Let's do website. I'm gonna go back. Actually, I'm gonna copy your link over here if it will let me. Whoops. Copy link. Close this. And then add this in here. I a lot of times will install desktop apps. I don't know why I do that. I guess part of it is because I feel like I don't want to be chained to the internet, even though I'm obviously chained to the internet at all times. So this says this broke somewhere. Oh, you know what? Oh no, production's in there. We have two activities. Yeah, I don't know why I do that. Now that I think about it, where I download usually a desktop app. I think this does look better. Man, like, see, here's some more phrases that we need to translate. We're not there yet. This is slowing down the programming process, but like I keep saying, it just got to at some point via a benefit. Now, what is this thing's problem? Update skills. So if we close this and open it again, yeah, we are getting... Oh, the issue is we don't have enough boxes in here. So on this one, this is another one where I was manually adding in the skills, because if we like duplicate, where the fuck is this thing? It's right here. If we like duplicate this one, it kind of throws off the grid. And so I was putting in like fake ones. I gotta go back to here. So this is gonna be... oh, but if I do that, okay, so this is gonna be production skill label, but we need to, oh, I hit enter. But we need to rename it. What did I call it? No, this is wrong. I just threw in some, whoops, threw in some garbage in here. Whatever, 75, 79, sure. Then this is gonna be production. At this point, I should have, instead of manually adding this crap in here, I should have just have it instantiate these. Too late now, right? No, it isn't too late. I could just delete all that crap. And just have it instantiated. I mean, that would be really easy. Just go through the list, instantiate them. Did I add 2? Oh, I need to put it in an array now. God damn, dude. Oh, and look at this too. I manually typed out all these labels. No, these are different labels. Here's the skill labels, yeah, so I gotta add it in. Yeah, here's where I did this thing. I think I remember when I first did this, there was, I only had like one skill that we were testing or whatever. And I wanted to make sure that the chart, or what is this thing called? The grid worked how I thought it would work. And it did, and so I had some like fake skills in there, but now we have like plenty of skills that are going to be filling this up, but I totally could just instantiate these instead of having to fuck with this every time and then getting a bug. So there we go. Construction 45. Let's make sure that this matches. Who is this person? Dorothy Robinson? Let's see. Construction 45. Let's pick some other person. Production of 4. All right. That does match. So we're good there. And all of the translations worked. Activity idle. It said activity for a second there, but now it seems to have fixed itself. I guess once that bug was fixed, it could get past that part. Interest in warfare, Antonio. What's going on? But you prefer to farm. What's the Roman thing? Citizens Army or whatever. All right. Well, that's that. I think we're done with all the... Okay, we're not done. I'm going to open it up again. Oh, no, there was some other stuff on here. There was a couple more things. We're almost done with these things. So, recruit as army leader and recruit as aide are phrases. Every time you reopen it, it doesn't remember any of this shit because it's a CSV. Phrase, recruit as army leader. Phrase, recruit as aide, I think it was. Yep. That's, I was watching that Thor guy I was talking about earlier for like 10 minutes playing WoW, and I've never played that. One of my friends always tells me like you should check out World of Warcraft. It's so good. It did not look very fun to me watching him play because there's just so much shit going on on the screen, and I didn't know what any of the shit was. But there was like whoops, what am I doing here? Recruit. It was like also he was speaking a different language almost because of the the built-in, like there's so many things going on with WoW, and like there's a different whole language about like, so he would be saying, I'm making this shit up. He'd be like uh in his stream, battle left, and I'm, what the fuck is battle left, or whatever. And it's funny that like when you said Antonio Farms kills, like you'd have to play video games to even understand what that joke meant. You know what I mean? Farms kills? What is that? We don't want this here. It's so the same thing, Yeah, there was and so that was, he kept telling someone not to pull someone. I was like, what the fuck is pulling? I don't know. Um, all right, so we need to translate these two. Whoops. With Excel's shitty translation thing, we can go like this, copy this, and then I should just be using paste whatever. Paste is paste whatever. Yeah, it's just funny that when there's certain game. I was thinking, I saw on Reddit people were talking about America's Army, which is some old video game that the United States Army paid for to be developed as like a recruiting tool, and it was free to play, but it was also pretty good. And there was a whole, there's a whole language of the same thing where you could say, because there wasn't voice chat back then. It wasn't SOCOM. It was just called America's Army. Someone else in that thread was saying that like SOCOM or some other game was also like developed, or not developed by, but like had money by the U.S. Army was added in, or was paid to whatever. What is the word I'm looking for? Investments from the. Whoops, no, that's not what we want. We want this. Oh, this one has a thing at the bottom. But anyways, yeah, so there was like a whole language because you had to type really fast to tell people where people were and stuff. It was like Counter-Strike is what it was like, but there was no voice chat. But so that had its own language as well of whatever. I can't even remember what it was. I used to play that. Oh fuck! I didn't close that thing. Used to play that a lot. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's see if this Oh, I didn't close it and open it, so it's not going to translate. But that should next time we close and open it. I think. Did we do perks? Let's check perks. Perks, the title, perks. We did not, but I did write a thing for it. Word, perks. And what else do we got here? Is this still open over here? I think I can look at here. So we got perks is skill title. I think I did not do this. Skills. There we go. We did all of those. Interests. Did we do that? We did interest. Preferred work, I'm pretty sure we did. Activity we did not do, but I have somewhere. I need to. I'm trying to retrain myself to double click to get the whole word. And that's it. No, close. Close. I may have done close because I've used that a lot, and that would be no. So we got to do one more thing here. Word, close, close. Piece of shit. What is paste? There we go. And let's put this in here. All right, we've accomplished nothing. No, we have gotten some stuff done here. I guess I should close and open this again just to make sure that everything's working. Laura Long. I'm gonna close this thing. Close this. All right. And going, I've said this 9 times, because I got to keep reinforcing myself that this work is worth it. Going forward, it should be easier because half this shit's already translated. Hopefully. And I started much later than normal. I used to always start at noon, but I started but then I've been starting at 10. Okay, this didn't work. Phrase, so there's probably, if we go back to recruit as leader, recruit as aide, I bet there's, yep, there's that. All right, let's now do one more thing here. Go to, yeah, it's 1 o'clock here. Mid-afternoon. There we go. Yeah, it's so I keep looking and being like, wait, why am I still streaming? Because I started, or usually have been starting earlier. Because I wake up at like 7 a.m. Today I did not. I slept until like 10. It was great. Oh, shit. Nah, we need to fix that. Let's just fix it now. You know, these are all off-center. I wonder if it was off-center in English and I didn't notice. This happened before and we had to fuck with some stuff to get it to work. Let's fix unhelpful though. Before we get to there, I think I just didn't type it in, the unhelpful label. Oh, you know, that's going to be over here, though. How does this work again? Does it say unhelpful or helpful? It does. So we need to do, actually, this is by code. So we need to find where that is and then tell it to translate. And we also need to open this thing back up. And we need to go to, did I do that as a word? I did. So we need a word helpful as well. Word helpful. And then good thing I noticed the other was opposite because that would really have thrown off everything. Because when I first typed this in, I had unhelpful, but it was helpful over here. So then we have to go to where this is. This is under the list UI. And what we would do is we would put in here word, and I don't think we need to put translate in front of that. This we do though. This we have to translate. It's T like that, if I remember correctly. What's your problem? String name. An object is, this is static, is the problem. What is this? Oh yeah, there's that note. So if we do that, we should get some bugs here. Or not. Everything works fine. All right, so let's go back to here and build this. See, it tries to sometimes pull this thing, but it can't because it's open. We got our weird bug there. Let's just build it again. And run it and see what happens here. I should probably take some time to figure out, just to make that bug stop having the 5 bugs that it gets, where it runs the build before it builds thing, or before it plays. All right. Well, unhelpful worked. Let's double check that this is not wrong. I don't think maybe we do need to, I thought I could just put it in there, but maybe I do need to force it to translate. Let's sort this thing again. I know there's an easier way to do this, but word underscore helpful, that looks right. Word unhelpful, word helpful. I guess we can go, yeah, I'm pretty sure that just putting that in, but I guess it's not working, so we'll do, we need a squigs. Squigs. Word helpful. Do I need to put this in quotes? That doesn't seem like that would work. I guess I could do it above. I have had to do that before where I had like a variable equals that and then translate it later. These people are all helpful and helpful. Making sure. Word helpful. Look, there's a space right there. That's probably on purpose. I wonder if it doesn't like that because the $ wasn't there. Because I swear you can just type this in, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I know you can type it into any label up here. We could set it so that we don't have to. Oh, we do need to change that. I was going to say we could set it so that it doesn't. Yeah, unhelpful works. But unhelpful is pulling a variable. I'm going to look at the translation docs. Godot translate. Message counts. This is new, these comment things. They appeared a couple of months ago that you can comment on the documents. This is not very helpful for what I'm trying to do. Let's look at this tutorial here. Oh, there's actual codes? Because I was putting in gibberish for one of them. I had a gibberish language that I was doing for testing originally, but then I decided to use Spanish because then it would help with real things. Okay, that doesn't help me at all. It's just the list of languages. Okay. So this one's returning a string. I mean, we could just go, this is what we could do. String helpful equals word helpful. And then we could go like this. It's kind of a dumb way around it, but I think I remember doing this dumb way around things before. Then we do squigs, tr, helpful, like that. Dumb way around things. It's like the key to like half my code. There's got to be a dumb way to do this, right? It still didn't work. Word helpful. Why don't you like that? Is there a typo? Word helpful. Let's copy and paste this just in case. Maybe we also need to close this. I don't think I just added this. Did I just add that? I don't, maybe I did. There's that weird loop. I wonder when it decides to do the re-import of the translation thing, because I notice it sometimes does it down here and sometimes doesn't. Yeah, these 5 errors is what I was talking about. Yeah, these are way off. I mean, I guess it's the word helpful that's throwing that off, but this is returning a name. Example, Godot example of translations. There's a video I watched that there's a bunch of stuff you can do in this, like you can, or in the document, the Excel document. I don't want to do anything. Yeah. Auto translate. Disable automatic translation, translating a text programmatically. This is GD script, but we can figure it out. Translate. See, they just have it in there. Like without any... Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I don't need this garbage. But then this could go here. No, it could not. Let's see what that does. Maybe I didn't need all of that other, because it is a string, going to a string. That did not work. Word helpful. Yep. Just making sure it's the. Can translate. Sorry, I gotta change my music that you guys can't hear because I don't know what this is. It's terrible. Even though you guys can't hear it, I gotta always tell you about how it's terrible. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? We could test this to make sure that it's not something weird going on by word helpful here. Just to make sure that it's not like this is getting transferred. Maybe there's like something weird with that one Excel thing. I guess that doesn't test it though, because this is overriding it with this. I wonder why this is not translating. The method can be used without a Godot object instance as this requires. But we know that this one's working. This is going $ translate this variable. And we are doing that, but we can't just put this in here. What does this say? Oh, maybe we need to put this. I think I already did this though. Putting this in quotes. It does not want to let me do that there. Let's see. I'm fucking around with my music. I mean, I'm assuming it doesn't have anything to do with it being Spanish. No, it does not. What the fuck? How did I do this before? I had some other thing, another issue like this. Here it is right here. See, so what I did here was pretty much the same exact thing. $ translate inside the thing. This is actually earlier on in the same thing. So let's go back up. This, I think it was just $. Yeah, so word population. I mean, I have a different name. I haven't, you know, I looked at it briefly when I was moving away from Unity because I wasn't sure which, I looked at a bunch of different engines. I guess not a bunch, like 4, but it quickly narrowed it down to Godot or Unreal. And then I went to install Unreal and it was 120 gigs or something. And, and I was like, no. Like this, I don't have enough space for that shit. And then I was like, well, let's check out Godot. Do you also work in Unreal? So what I did here was $ equals squigs. This was not in quotes up there though. Helpful. And I called this helpful string, which I actually kind of like that. So let's go. I mean, the other one was string. And then I put a squigs and a quote and word helpful. I have a feeling like there's something, I'm missing something, like there's a space at the end of this or some shit in Excel. And that's the problem. Game Maker? I hear Game Maker is pretty good. Fucking piece of shit. I didn't actually look at Game Maker though, because it's not the, I wanted more flexibility basically. So let's go back up to this thing. Why the fuck does this work? Where is it? Word population. Maybe this doesn't work. Like this is, it's inside quotes. Like what is different about this? We should restart Godot. I'm just going to put this right here so we can look at this. Okay. Yeah, it's got to have the dollar sign for the squigs to work. Let's open up this thing. You know, I was just talking with Joker the other day about I just hypothetically said, what engine would you use if Godot suddenly just disappeared? You know, there's no reasoning behind this happening, but just if it disappeared and we were looking at other engines that were somewhat open source or whatever, or not open source. I didn't look at Unreal very much. This was like 2 weeks ago at all. But I did look at that O3DE thing briefly. I looked at their website because there was some other, and I can't remember what it was called, but when I originally was looking at switching, you know, away from Unity, there was some other programming or another engine that people were really pushing. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Why would this one thing... What did I say this one looked like up here? I did word population. Maybe this isn't working, and I just haven't noticed it. What is this supposed to say? This is the county name with the word populate. Look at this big gap. With the word population at the top. No, it works. Um, a mini game. What type of what do you pick? Do you have like a go-to, like a platformer or something? You know what I mean? Like, so the only difference between this is something else is being put in front of it. I mean, there's a space. Unless there's something obvious I'm not that I'm missing. That's a string. This is just translating a variable that's coming back. Like maybe I'm missing. Did I put like a dollar sign in front of this? No, it's just a straight string. I mean, there is a space. What the fuck? Maybe it's something else. Maybe I'm editing the wrong spot. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm fucking around with the wrong spot. Okay, I added some spaces just to be weird, and it didn't, or just to, it did not do anything. Yeah, you know, I've been waiting on the 3D hex thing for Godot because I want to fuck around with that. Once again, that's another thing that I should keep on with what I'm doing. I don't know why this is such a fucking pain in my ass here. We know it's this one. If we were to go like this, not this, actually. If we were to go like this, does it translate the other one? Word helpful. Wonder why this one's such a pain in my ass. It doesn't. So what's going on with this one word helpful? It's like it doesn't know this is here. This is possible. I mean, it's possible. So this one should never be changed at this point. Uh, let's look for, maybe there's another spot. Maybe that's what it is. It's like there's another spot where this is getting adjusted. And that would be no. Okay. Uh, and we know that the other thing is getting translated. So let's do this. This isn't that big of a deal, I don't think. If we go to our localization and we got to go to, we delete, maybe this is it. If we go back to, I don't think we can look at this though. I don't think this is going to open up and be anything but gibberish. I don't open with. Where's my notepad? Yeah, this is just gibberish. But I feel like these, yeah, see, look, they haven't been updated since 1.18. So it's not that, it's so for some reason they just stopped updating. What's going on here? Oh, I thought we did some weird gray bar at the bottom. So it just suddenly stopped updating these things. So I think what I can do though is delete those. Maybe, did I not restart? No, I think I've restarted this like 6 times. I opened up another project temporarily, briefly. Then I can go to here and I can go, I think I have to generate these. It's been a long time since I've done this. I don't think I do pots generation. I think I do add this one and add this one. One translation added, rerun it. So it seems like the issue isn't, whatever, just Godot stopped working. And if it's still the same way, which it is, this still says 118, but let's refresh this. Yeah, it still says 118. What we need to do is delete these. Probably don't want this running while I'm deleting shit. I'm gonna delete this, restart this. Wonder what this import thing is. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this too, whatever the fuck that is. And then let's do this. And whoops. Close this. Close this. We have this weird loop that always happens. One day I'll figure out what that loop is. You know, I probably won't. I don't care. I just make sure it's saved once and then I say don't save after that. It's probably some weird OneDrive thing that Excel's trying to move that into OneDrive. Everything Microsoft loves OneDrive now. Okay, so it automatically generated those new translation things. So let's refresh this, except I don't see them here. Maybe I didn't. Let's add. I think there's another step. Actually, I think it automatically generates those. God damn it, I can't remember the other step. Files with translation. No, we don't want the POTS generation. I don't think you do it this way. I can't remember. Added one translation. No. I think it's supposed to spit out a new, like those two things every time you run it. But you have to add it somehow. It's not POTS generation, I don't think. No, that needs a POTS file. Why can't I remember how that shit works? Yes. I think it's supposed to just automatically spit out those things if it's in a folder called localization and it's a CSV file. No, I think, I can't remember. We'll figure it out though. Let's go back to that thing. By default, you need to load the translation files manually to the system. You can easily load them via project settings. Next, under the select the, you'll see the following. You should see the following. Translation files. Maybe something broke with my CSV. Maybe it was, you know, it shows something happening here, but it's supposed to be kicking out those updated things and it's not. I wonder, no, we have the E, and I was thinking maybe that top thing got moved or something. And I do remember at some point the CSV was bad when I first started doing this. I had to save it as like a different type of CSV. It didn't like it. Like there was a CSV something. It was this one though. That was the one I had to rename it as. But let's go through these steps here. Game translation. When you come to translation, yeah, okay. If you're using a different delimiter, select this. I didn't know you could do that. I'm just curious. I want to look at it now. Localization. Oh, look, it has a red thing on it. I've never seen that red thing before. Come here. Give it to me. Maybe we need to like re-import this or something. Re-import. See, so something broke over here. So that's like a bug in Godot that's been causing me all this grief. Fuck you, Godot. It's fine. It's fine. Then we got to add these in. Now I know, and I just have to remember that every once in a while. You know what I was thinking about the other day? I was actually thinking about Dwarf Fortress, and I know this is a very controversial thing. Every time I say it, everyone gets all pissed off. I think the Dwarf Fortress needs to, like, their development's too slow after they went to Steam, and everyone's like, "Holy fuck, you can't say that. They've been in development for 20 years." But then I was thinking about that some more. I'm kind of thinking, and also as, you know, a wannabe, a poser, as a poser game developer, I was thinking about, like, man, there has to be a point where you say a game's done. What was the other game I was thinking about? Project Zomboid. That thing's been in development for 100,000 years, and it's pretty much done, but they just have to work on it forever? Like, that's what us as the community as a community, we just expect them to continue to work on that for all of eternity. Yeah, that was the problem. Was that re-import? Yeah, I don't know what the deal with how Joy Fortress is so slow to fix and whatever. Um, but I do like. There's got to be a point where you say like, look, this game's done, man. We're gonna move on to a different game. So we were just talking about having like a bunch of different projects. One of the things I would like to do is have like release 3 different games so I could switch between which ones I want to develop. You know, like if today I feel like working on whatever 3D hex game, I can work on that, and then because I'm not a professional, I have a day job and all that, but I want to try this works now first. Um, but you couldn't do that because the people are gonna be demanding. You got to develop this game forever, and then it's also like I'm gonna use Project Zomboid again. They're not making more money. You know, everybody already owns Project Zomboid. I have owned Project Zomboid for 100 years as well. Like, they're not making more money, so how do they pay for development? You know, they're just supposed to do it for fun. And I mean, they could. And I mean, I'm going to release this game for free, but I'm going to have like a, whatchamacallit. See, that worked this time. It was just that thing. Holy shit. I wonder if that happened before when I was doing this one. And that's this weird, so sometimes I am pro for certain games to release the source code for free, depending on what the game is. Definitely, there's certain games I've been like, why don't they just release the code for this, and so that the community can finish it or whatever. What game was it that I was recently? Oh, you know what's a very good example of this? Grand Tactician, the Civil War game. The developer just keep releasing garbage. It's absolute garbage. And they're like they've ruined their own game. It's in Unity. They've like destroyed their own game. That game I'm always like, just release the source code, man. You've already soaked as much money as you can possibly get out of Grand Tactician. But yeah, there is a point where it's just like, this game's done. Like, enjoy it, you know, or don't, you know, it's done. But like a normal company that's making video games can't support. I think it's actually, he stashed it somewhere. Maybe I don't have it on this computer. I thought I did. What's the name of the company that makes it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, there you go. No, that's actually a good idea. So this isn't actually that bad. This is the Grand Tactician's like error log. This one isn't that bad. That he went through and fixed it, but he released a thing that was just filled with errors of just like missing assets and stuff. So just like, well, here's one. The reference script and this behavior is missing. So it's like, and for a while, like, this thing would fill up with those errors. And so just like what happened with mine, where like this was missing something, so it wouldn't get farther than that, you know, like this was missing a thing, so it wouldn't get farther. That would happen when you were playing the game. You would get parts of your game would just be busted, and it's just like, man, you could easily fix this though. You could double click this error in Unity, and it's gonna bring you to the thing that's missing. Like, what the fuck, man? The font thing, I don't really think matters. It's so strange. Anyways, but yes, I like the idea that, like, hey, you get the source code too. We're done with this. If they're going out of business, it's weird too, though, because then they might own, like, they might be selling off their IP. you know, to try to, if they're going bankrupt or something, because they're going to sell everything they got. Yeah, but anyways, I don't know. I really feel like there has to be a point where the developers are allowed to stop making a game. So I think Project Zomboid is great, by the way. I'm not like trying to shit on them or anything at all. In fact, it's the opposite. And they may still be wanting to make Project Zomboid, but at some point they got to be like, "Hey, we're done," and you know that the community is going to flip out if they were to say that, like, "Hey, we've finished, we've done everything we can." It'd be like, yeah. I'm wondering if I can get rid of this. Let's try it. Let's put this in here. What do I have this in quotes or some shit? And then I'm gonna take a quick break. Yeah, so I actually really like that idea. I never even thought of that before. Just to have like some sort of like, hey, we're going out of business. Here's the founders editions to support the code. So with this, and this is never gonna happen with Grand Tactician, but there's an unofficial Grand Tactician DLC, and they like, or not DLC, Discord, and they have like a mod that you can play and stuff, and the mod is way better. I feel like those guys, the developers should give the code to the modders and just be like, here, you can do whatever you want with it. We're going to still charge money for the game. I don't know. They're ripping off those poor people. Yeah, so this actually worked. So this must have happened before. So this must have been the problem before, that there was like some Excel import issue. And so I made that one workaround and it worked that time. Or maybe not. Maybe they're unrelated and this has worked this time, so. And then we can go back to this thing. I want this not to say the right thing, though. I'm in the wrong spot, though. No, I'm in the right spot. I want this just to say whatev, help, whatevs. That's kind of how if I put something up here, it's kind of to test to make sure that shit's working correctly. I'm going to put this back on Spanish temporarily. And I heard that like, and I haven't played PlanetSide in 5 years or something, but PlanetSide, I guess, got bought. Their stuff got bought, their IP, and that was one of those things where like the community got kind of upset. Like they were hopeful, but also like, what happens? You know, that game's been dying for 100 years. What is going on here? PlanetSide, yeah, PlanetSide 2 is the one I played. I never played the first one. We got a problem here. Unhelpful. Helpful? Unhelpful. Oh, you know what no. This is supposed to be in Spanish, my friend. How are we doing? Oh, no? So this should be... So how this works is with this testing thing is if the word's not there, it defaults back to English. I think. Helpful. I wonder if it's because of the tilde or whatever the fuck that is. The plan was not to do localization this whole weekend, but it turns out that is what we're doing. And close this thing. I'm going to take a break too. I wonder. Oh, everyone's helpful? Come on, game. It's just not translating that one. If helpful equals true, oh, it's possible. Oh, look, we got the X on there again. It's because I think this problem is because I have it open when I'm fucking with it. You know what the problem I think is? Didn't update the perk. Wherever that is. Where's this perk? It's a resource? I don't know. I think it's a resource. Perks. There's the problem. This should be word unhelpful. Oh, we don't have a description for this either. All right, I'm going to save this. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me put this up here. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and you know what? Let's do this description, this perk description too. While we're here, we'll just get all this crap out of the way. And then we'll re-import this file too, because we know that we need to do that because I'm busting it. So that's the key. Don't do this while this is open, but I mean, how are you going to know what you need to translate? So I have word unhelpful, and this is actually wrong then. This is going to be a perk name. I thought I added some perk in here, but I guess I didn't. Nope. So let's do these perks while we're here. There's only 2 of them. So we don't need to see that crap. We need to have 2 of them. So we'll change this. We'll go perk name. I know you guys can't see what I'm talking about. Unhelpful. What I'm typing in here. Unhelpful. We need to translate that. We'll translate that in a second. Perk description. Unhelpful. Perk name. Leader of people. Perk description. Leader of people. And then do I have? Oh, I do have a description. This person is generally an ass. That's what this says. Then leader of people. We'll do this. And then we'll do this description. And did I turn my break timer? I did. This person is skilled at leading people. All right, then we'll translate this stuff over. And can we do all of these at once? The double click doesn't work. I'll copy this. And then we'll go. And I think, there we go. All right, well, now I broke something else though. So we're gonna copy this over here. And it's not this, I mean, this is broken too, but we'll fix that real quick. And then unhelpful. We'll finish this. Okay, we already did that. We'll finish this part. And then I think we can go to the next thing. I think this should be like a pretty there's something wrong right there. We've done like a ton of this localization actually. Then we need to go to here. And we need to go to this. And we need to put this here. And then do we have another one of these? No, that's just in that spot. Do we have... No, those are generated by code. So I guess we'll close this thing. And we'll go back to our localization here. We'll re-import this thing. And then we'll run this. Maybe that's all I need to do every time. Instead of restarting Godot, just re-import that every time. Maybe that issue makes it easier. Okay, so all these people are helpful. That all looks good. No, come on, everybody's. Is that possible? Let's switch this back to English. Hey, that close wasn't a close. Okay, so we have 2 unhelpful people. How does this line up? So this lines up pretty good, honestly, in English. So the problem is in Spanish it doesn't line up. I think it's this close. No, it was this close that we need to fix. Yep. It was just word. Close. And then let's go back to this. We'll put it back on Spanish. And then we'll do this again. Then we will do something. We have the skills get generated on their own, which is nice that I wrote that in there. So I'm looking right now at how this is getting thrown off. And it seems like it starts getting thrown off here. Oh, shit. This is in English. No, it's even getting thrown off here a little bit. But let's look at this. This isn't getting translated. I haven't put the I haven't written the Jesus Christ, I guess I should have just put this title of this as localization. Oh, idle isn't translated either. None isn't translated. All right, I'm going to take a screenshot of these couple of things here. Instead of doing a list, or instead of putting in an issue for each one, I'm just going to, and we'll just fix them right now. Okay. And I don't, loyalty, age, sex. I don't know if I care about this that much. I mean, I guess I do. Look how far off that is. Oh, you know what might be throwing it off actually is this. This is much longer than, what is this? What is this one? I can't remember. Scavenging maybe? I think it's scavenging. I think it's this that's throwing it off. So it's pushing these all over. We also need to do a screenshot of this. These all, we haven't done any of this, so I don't think I'm going to work on that though. Like we'll get back to that. But these ones, since we're here and we're fucking with this, might as well. So we need a word, 2 words. Word, male. Word, female. And then we need none. Word, none. Then we need word, idle. Then we need these are titles. So the last things we need are like titles. They're not titles though for like, 'cause I call like these things like titles. They're not that. They're these things. They're titles. And I don't have... I think these are controlled with a bool or something weird. Not weird, but let's see. It's going to be under a county population. I don't think they're like enums or anything. Yeah, these are all controlled with bools because they can only be certain stuff. I guess that's not true. They could, whatever. That works fine. We could make that an enum, though. That would probably be a good idea, but we're not going to do that. All right, so what we'll do is I guess I'll just do like title, faction leader, and then title aid, and then title army leader. Whoops. Leader. And then I think this should be the final stuff that we need to translate. Yeah, let's look at that one thing. Yeah, it is scavenged. And so that's the problem, is it's too long. That this is much longer. So the other thing I guess we could do for that is we could say clip text. I wonder how awful that's going to cause this. It's probably going to be incredibly ugly. Like, you're not going to know what the fuck is going on there. See, now it's all lined up, but that's garbage. What if we clip text and we say left? See, the whole thing is going to be... I really wish you could do shrink to fit. That's the one thing that I really wish you could do. Like in Unity, they have that. That's one of the few things where, and someone is saying you could. Let's try this like that. I was thinking maybe we'd put on auto wrap. What is auto wrap going to actually do? I bet you it just makes it taller in mush. Taller in mush. It made it taller, but I don't really actually give a shit. So that solves that problem. And I probably should make them all that way. I think I can, actually, by doing... What's your problem? Must have a custom to work correctly inside a container. It seems to be working fine now. You want a custom minimum size? What is its current size? And what does this look like on its current size? Is this some gigantic shitbox? The flying fuck is that? Oh, look what it did. Oh, that's the custom size thing it wants, the small size. That's funny. What was this thing before I did this? Auto wrap off. Okay, let's see what this custom size is. So this is... We could probably do like 100. What is one of these? 123. 123. Make sure that works, and then I'm going to change them all to that just in case, because you know there might be some other language that's even longer, and for some other word. I mean, it is kind of sucky that that's taller, but it's not. the end of the word. Word? End of the world. Oh, that's mad because I had that open. So let's switch all of these to... I don't think this is working, but let's do 23. Then let's pick one of these. Yeah, that didn't work. I thought you could do a bunch at once. Because I'm too lazy to go through and fix them all. I mean, I guess I have to. Yeah, I didn't remember any of that, or it didn't change any of I swear you could do that with all, I could do it with code. I could I could have these things all inherit too. I can instead of these all being labels, I could drag, what's going on there? I could drag one of these down, and then when I changed one, they would all change. Do I want to do that right now? Not really. It would probably be easier. So this is one of those things, and this happens actually, and I talk about this with my boss and my day job all the time. Like sometimes you come into a problem and you're like, I could automate this process and it will only take me 10 minutes. And then like 10 hours later, you've finally finished automating the process. And you're like, was that worth it? It took me 10 hours. And then it really is, it's like a 5-minute task every day. So at what point was it worth it, you know? Oh, did the auto wrap? No. For a second, I thought all the auto wraps fixed. Look how it's pushing it off the side of the screen. We're going to do all the auto wraps first. And then we'll just hope that this doesn't fuck everything up. Maybe I should do a test midway here. And then 123. 100. Right, exactly. Exactly. That's it. So yeah, you get the yeah, you get the the problem, and it comes up all the time. It's actually a thing that it's like you look at something and you're like, one day there was like I needed to make a change to every person who this specific thing had happened to, and I was like thinking in my head, there's only like 10 people this happened to. I'll just go through. This is the opposite. I'll just go through instead of importing an Excel file. Like I could have like accounting export an Excel file, and then I'll figure out how to change that Excel file into a thing that could be imported. And I was like, there's only like 10 people. I'll just go through and manually do it. Right? It's not that big of a deal. And this is the opposite of what I was just talking about, where it turned out there was like 90 people that this applied to, and so it took me hours because there was actually like a bunch of data that I had to change. And I was so burned out on doing it by the end. I was like, man, I should have just got accounting to send me an Excel of this. Lord Mac, how's it going? And then I would have had like a template, because you got to make a template for your imports and all that. We have broken it. No, we haven't. We have not broken it. Before I change all these, I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, you've been busy doing something fun, hopefully. Okay. That seems to work. I don't see anything completely broken. Let's go back to this list here. We're like on production, lumberjackage, sleeping a lot. I do that as well. I'm a big fan of sleep. I got a 3-day weekend, and I asked like my coworkers and stuff, like, because you gotta pretend to care. what is a 3-day weekend with your coworkers? And many of them said they were just sleeping. And that's what I was like, that's what I'm doing too. We have something in common. We just sleep. Get caught up on our sleep. I slept in today. I was so stoked on that because I didn't yesterday. These ones I don't think we need. It's just these last 5. 100. I've been doing a lot of localization work. It was not the plan, but that's what it turned out to be. Yeah, the dream world. I was talking about that earlier today, that I just have terrible, ever since I quit drinking, I have like terrible nightmares. Just terrible ones. And they're all from start with a memory that is insignificant that I've completely forgot about, and then they just descend into insanity. Not like cool ones, like occasionally you'll have like a post-apocalyptic zombie dream where you're like fighting your way through zombies and stuff. None of that. It's just all like I'm embarrassed because I stepped on someone's foot or something, and then my brain just dwells on it forever. My nightmare brain. All right, so we also need to put in. So we need to go to where the code is, which is actually here. And we need to put in the correct stuff. I said at some point I was going to fix that too. This just big. I guess it's not that bad. I guess it is kind of half fixed. Oh, we need to do the translations for this too. So let's put this back over. And we will go. It almost. It's almost there. Aid. And then we'll go like this. And we'll go translate. Then we'll go. There we go. We'll close this. We'll go back over here. See, that time I think it did something. When I maximized this, when I clicked on this, there was something splashed on the screen there. I think it re-imported my Excel file. But now, where is my Excel file here? Yeah, and see, it's acting like it's normal. It's not getting that X there. And forgot a key component here. Wrong type of mail there. Word. All right, so there's that. Where was another thing? So we had this, and then in the description panel, we had, did I close my screenshots? I didn't. Perfect. In the description panel, we had the faction buttons. These were called like title. And as long as I type these, what the fuck is that? Why are you jumping around? Leader. As long as I type these correctly. Aid. Oh, come on. Okay. So then we had those. Then we had the word idle, which actually, that one might be a little bit of a pain to find where we're, well, I guess not. and then we have none. I think the none label is... Actually, I'm not sure where the none label is. It would be on the right side. It's right here. And then, what was the final one? Idle is the final one that we needed to fix. Yeah, final one is idle. So that's going to be in the code. Whoops, I do need that open. Unhelpful. Can we just find idle in here? Update activity is idle. This is not where we just want to search inside the description panel only. I'm wondering, you know what it's getting this from though, is, I think, is it a perk? I can't remember. Here we go. I wonder why this isn't translating. You know why? I know why. This, no, it's going to be activity or something. Activity. We need to put that TR in front of it. Nothing? Get activity name. So we need to put TR. Except it should have come out as gibberish, honestly. It should not gibberish. It should have come out with the under. If county population current improvement is not equal to null. Oh, okay, yeah. And then this is going to put, we need to translate this. It's weird though. Whoops. It's weird to me that this isn't throwing like there might be something else going on here. This is an enum. This is what we need down here. It was putting the enum in there? That doesn't make any sense. That worked? That's back to the Shadow Empire thing. Where it finally dawned on me why his things look like that is because he's using camel case in the code and he's just pulling the name of like the variable. He's like, it's probably an enum. Okay, so there's our translation. Duncan. Have we spoken before? I'm possible. This works. This works. Oh yeah. Back in the day, yeah, totally. I still stream on my other channel too. This is just oh look, this works too. This is just my game development channel where I'm working on a 2D 4X game. These ones didn't get translated though. Yeah, exactly. How's that game going? Because you were having like a crazy Star Wars, I think like a PvP tabletop game, or couldn't your guys kill each other? Or something? We got to fix these ones. But those we already have translations for. Idle is working. Thank you for the follow also, Duncan. None is not working. Where's our none thing? Word none. Word none. Word idle. Word none. Did I put a thing behind it? No? Yeah. No, we're contacts on Discord. We did. Wonder why that didn't work. Of all the ones that didn't work, word none. Make sure I don't have any typos or a space or something. Word none. Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that's so funny is that like, oh, I guess it's not so funny. But it's pretty common that everyone has like a different name on every platform. And so like someone will be on YouTube talking to me and I won't know that they're the same person as someone else. I must be using none elsewhere. That's all I can think of here is none must be in here, but it says it isn't. Is this not what I think this is? Nope. That is it. Yeah, no, it's a good if you can use the same name, that's the way to do it. You know, it translated. Did I not no, it's here. I'm going to bet that we need to re-import this thing. I'm going to bet that we're going to need to re-import this. Yeah, do you watch game development occasionally or regularly? There we go. It was the re-import thing again. We got to close this for this to work, though. I grew up in California. I'm in Oregon now. How did your game go, though? I'm curious. You gotta tell me. This is all working, I think. It's all lined up. This is broken for a second. All right, so these are the last ones we gotta do. All right, like I said, the plan was not to do this all day. This was not the 2 days in a row. I just wanted to get it going. Still organized. Yeah, it's hard to keep. You know, I had one game. That was one of the reasons I like overbooked myself. I actually stream less on my other channel now because of it's just too much. I wasn't giving myself any like days off to just sleep, as we were talking about earlier. My love of sleep. But yeah, the organizing and getting people to show up and then show up on time and like show up on time. I don't know why that is such a problem. If you have a limited amount of time to do, like, you know, if you only have 3 hours to play, you really kind of need people to show up on time. And that was like always an issue. There'd be a person who was like an hour late every time. So we'd be sitting around, then we'd down to 2 hours, and then another person would have to leave early. And so then we'd be down to an hour. And it's like it takes 30 minutes for everyone to remember what the fuck we were doing, including myself. You know, I don't work a ton, but I do. I am single. I mostly it's just from streaming and stuff. I just book myself. I always have all these hobbies that I'm doing. Where are we looking for? So this one is under the description panel, left side. I'm on the right side. We want to go to, there it is. Here, I'm just going to open this up again. I'm going to open this up. Yeah. Oh, you should. I'm surprised you haven't started your game because that was like a year or two ago, wasn't it? Loyalty word. Word loyalty. Actually, loyalty. No, it was a word. There it is. Word loyalty. There's one. Age. Uh, 6. And what else did we need? The actual thing wasn't getting translated, though, so there's got to be another place. It's in here. Here it is right there. So we're going to want to go word male and word female. I keep thinking about oh yeah, you know, I have problems too with remembering who people are in Discord because I have like this huge list of people that I've talked to and I'll be like, who is this person? And I actually messaged someone, a game developer that I used to talk to because I streamed his game and he never responded and I think he just didn't know who I was. You know what I mean? Like it was like a new message out of the blue. Because I forget what I was doing. Oh, his game was on my top 10 games of the year list, and I wanted to point it out to him. And he never responded. Probably it was just like, who's this spammer? So all right, let's do this again. We'll leave this right. I didn't add anything, I don't think. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about running a tabletop of my role-playing game. I need to work on it more. But I want to do just with a Discord channel. I've been thinking about this like a lot. Do like a one-off first just to see how it works. But just in Discord, just using text, not with voice, just to test out some systems and things. Uh-oh. The important one didn't work. Word sex. But did the right... Okay. And Amy is a woman, so that translated correctly. Look how giant these buttons are. No, I'm not old enough to retire, dude. I wish. You can't retire until you're dead. That's how it works these days. You gotta be 62. I'm only 50, man. I wish I could retire. And you gotta be 62, and you gotta have the money to do it, which doesn't look like that's possible. My boss his plan is really to retire at 62, and I'm like, are you really gonna be able to do that? And he's like, I think so. And so then we started looking at like our retirement plans, and it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough if I tried for 62. So like there's like you probably maybe don't. But you can log into a website and you can like look at your social security and you can drag a little thing around to see like you pick the date, the year that you want to retire, and it tells you how much money you get. Like for me to make an okay amount of money that it would be easier to live, I'd have to work till I'm 70, and I don't want to work till I'm 70. That's fucking insane. Yeah, so the the thing I was thinking with like just a Discord channel is that then people wouldn't have to show up. You would just say like, can you look at it once a day and type in something? And I did this 30 years ago. The only problem is combat is really brutal because of how, that's the thing. Let's re-import this just to make sure. The combat's because it takes so fucking long. There's got to be a point where this breaks. where me re-importing that all the time breaks. No, I got some other issue here. Where was that? Yeah, are you the person that's messaging me right here? Yeah. I'll message you back when I'm done streaming. I usually don't message while I'm streaming. So I'll message you back when I get off streaming. I'm going to smoke and stuff first. I got to fix this. I'm going to stop streaming here in a couple minutes. It'd be interesting. I looked online. Did you pick like I found one, but did you find like a die roller for the Discord channel? Because you can't have people rolling. Word sex. What's going on with you? Word sex thing. Oh, it is this every time. Every time it's because there's a thing down there. Yeah. I wish I could drink more coffee. I gotta limit myself to one coffee, 120-ounce coffee a day. All right. None. Maybe. I think I already checked this, but maybe the none is the same thing. It is not. Why don't you like this, none? Maybe there's another spot where it'd be underneath here. There's another thing we need to test here. Oh, no, that did translate. Oh, right, because your game is like, I forgot, your rules are like based on D&D rules. I totally forgot about that. See, these ones don't need the translate thing. It automatically just translates. All perks are known for now, but eventually we want the player to not know all of their population's perks. So we instantiate a label. So you know what? What is going on here? We clear the perks, so it's not this. This is not what we need to edit. We need to edit. We can get out of here. We need to edit. There's some sort of UI, whatchamacallit, scene in here. Perk label. This is the one. None. This needs to be word none. There we go. Yeah, I've never used D&D Beyond. I was playing Pathfinder when I was doing it before. Let's see. I think we're on the final thing. There we go. I don't see a single thing that's not translated. That was a surprisingly large amount of work. The numbers are still the numbers are still in English. I don't know. Is that funny? I was trying to be funny. All right. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought, and I got kind of sidetracked doing it, but at least we have it done now. For that one page. It's only that one page that it's done for. Well, let me look at my checklist here of my project and see what we're supposed to be doing. Population description panel needs new skill. We did that. We actually did that. Production of goods, a new skill. We did that. This is in the past 2 days. That's like the two minor things. Oh yeah, the prerequisite. This is going to be a pain in the ass. I don't know how we're going to do this. I think we might have to put it in the code and like manually put it in the code. So basically the thing is, if we go back to what were we, where was this? This was under, maybe it doesn't even matter right now to talk about. But basically, when we have the resource where I was so we have the new resource or research here. Equipo de exploration primitivo. See, we should probably have that also wrap. But anyways, if we, oh man, we need more translations here too. This isn't going to link to this. Wait, we don't even have prerequisites on here. I'm not talking, that's not this one. But anyways, this is a prerequisite that needs to be, that's this. And this can't, and we actually need to add the prerequisite onto this screen. And you know what? That's all I'm going to do. Add prerequisites to research. We already did that, but I'm going to actually just change this to research panel, research description. Shit. You know, the thing with that, I'm going to make this two different things. So the problem is we need to have the prerequisite here too. So we like bump this up and it will have to, because you're going to want to look at this and see that there's a prerequisite. So that's kind of where we're at. So this needs to be, yeah, it needs to be in the description panel. Add prerequisites to what are these things called? Can't remember. I think it's a UI thing as well. UI research item button. UI research item button. We might need both of these. And we'll put this at the top. All right, so those are the two things we're going to do. Let's push this. You know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to re-import this one more time. I don't want to push a bad import to GitHub. So let's see. What did we do today? Got translations to work on the population list and population description panel. There we go. We talked on like a Discord chat or something once, but I don't think we actually did any RPGing, any role playing. Maybe we did. I don't know. I have a terrible memory. All right. That is all I needed though to do today, was to get some localization done. Right? All right. That's it for me. Thank you guys for dropping by, and I will talk to you next time.